Good morning, Year 4. Today we have a special lesson about something important to do with our health. But before we begin, I need everyone to clear their desks and to face the front and have our listening ears turned on. Today we're going to be talking about drugs. Can anyone tell me what a drug is and give me an example of a drug? Good, yes. A drug is a chemical that is not considered to be food and has different effects on our body. There are many different types of drugs, ones that are legal and are used to benefit our health, and others that are illegal and can cause a lot of harm to our health and genuine well-being. There are many different types of drugs, the high majority of them we can place into groups. The first being stimulants. These types of drugs cause the body's central nervous system to work faster. They make our hearts beat faster, they increase our blood pressure, and they can make it very, very hard to sleep. Caffeine is a common stimulant that is in coffee, that is consumed a lot by adults to help them wake up in the morning. I'm assuming a lot of your parents might be drinking coffee in the morning. Other stimulants include highly illegal drugs such as ecstasy, cocaine, and other drugs along these lines, which can be detrimental to a person's health and even cause death. The second group is called depressants. These drugs slow down the central nervous system. They make the heartbeat slower and decrease the blood pressure. They can often make people feel relaxed. The main types of these drugs are alcohol and cannabis. Although alcohol is legal for adults over 18, if it is overused, it can cause an extreme amount of harm to our health. The last group is hallucinogens. These drugs alter how a person feels and thinks and have lots of different effects on the mind. The main hallucinogen is LSD and is highly illegal as it can contain a lot of harm to a person's body. Another type of drug is prescription drugs. Can anyone tell me what a prescription drug is? Yes, that's correct. Prescription drugs is medication prescribed by a qualified doctor to better our health. An example of this is when we may be sick or have an infection of some sort, or if someone has a medical condition which requires prescribed drugs to maintain their health. It's important to remember that prescribed drugs are only to be taken if a doctor has given you a strip with directions on how to use the particular medication. And these should be stored out of reach of children, so all of you and your younger brother and sisters cannot have access to them. This brings us to our next important point, addiction. Hands up who's heard of the word addictive before? A few people, that's good. Addictive basically means to have started something and find it very, very hard to stop. Drug addiction is a big problem, as some people can become addicted to a certain drug because it makes them feel a certain way. Remember earlier we spoke about different types of drugs, with some being very harmful to our health? Well, it's important to remember that regardless of the type of drug, if an individual has a bad enough drug addiction, this can cause a lot of harm to a person's well-being and health and can even result in death. This is why we must only touch medication with adult authorization that has been prescribed by a doctor. Okay, so before we begin today's activity, let's check in to see who has been paying attention. Can someone tell me a type of stimulant drug? Caffeine? Good. And what type of effect can caffeine have on our body? Hands up. Yep. Make our heart beat faster. Good job. Can someone tell me an example of a depressant? Get the main one we spoke about before? Alcohol. Good. And what effect does a depressant have on the body? Hands up, Year 4. Yep. Good. Well, everyone has seemed to listen very well today. We've almost had our listening ears on. That's good. We're now going to go on with a quick worksheet with questions on what we have learned. But before that, as a class, I want everyone to turn over your sheets and look at the rhyme on the back. Together, as a class, we're going to read this rhyme, and I want everyone by Monday to have memorized this rhyme word for word. I've also attached some useful websites for you to access if you ever have any questions or are unsure about anything to do with drugs. Okay, so with me, Year 4, some drugs are helpful, some drugs are bad. Some make you better, while others send you mad. One thing is certain, Year 4 is no fool. Only what the doctor orders, that is our rule. Thank you for listening.